We here at the Game Saloon Riff Tracks always support any and all that are involved in the creation and distribution of any show we feature, and will encourage any of those watching to support the official release. Thank you and enjoy the show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to the Gaming Saloon Rep Tracks for July 6, 2013, with your host, Bassbacker2448.
And Rampant Epsilon. Minus Glock.
Because he's still on vacation, I believe.
Yep.
Although
he said he'd be gone 10 days, so...
Yeah.
We kind of figured that would be whatever show he missed, plus the next two.
Well, he was there Friday and said he wasn't going up the mountains, and then he just disappears the next day, and we're like, he's probably in the mountains. At this point, maybe.
Well, if you remember when we were sitting in TeamSpeak and he kind of just abruptly left. I was hearing some background talking. It sounded like they were going to try to still get him up there. So hopefully that's what happened.
I think from now on, I'm just going to find a random song I like and play in the background while I'm doing the intro.
Kind of fits, don't it?
Yes.
I kind of wanted to try to find some kind of music or something that I could figure a way with Google Hangouts to have as background music while we're doing this part of it.
Yeah. Just some free music?
Yeah. And just kind of let it play in the background, and then when we get into the show, kill it.
Yeah.
I don't think I can get it to work with Google Hangouts. Mike can do it for TGS, though.
Yeah. Yeah. And in case you're wondering, it's the 5th opening for Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. The Japanese version, not the English. Why? Because I was listening to a Yu-Gi-Oh! Stream when I was playing Minecraft before the show. Because I needed something to listen to while I'm excavating a ton of dirt. Alright then. Last week we wrapped up the 9 riders with Hibiki for Kamen Rider Decade. And...
You sure it's not Decade?
I'm gonna say I say it both ways because I don't care.
You did get why I did that, right?
Yeah.
What would be a show if we didn't make some kind of a reference?
Yeah. So this week we're taking a break from Decade, going across the seas and looking at the Ryuki adaptation Dragon Knight once more for episodes 3 and 4. Kamen Rider Incisor and a Writer's Challenge.
Now, in all honesty, I really hope Glock does watch this one, because he kind of didn't watch the other one we did for this show.
And he was asking about it too.
Yeah. I was not thinking, or we would have probably figured a different way of doing this, but yeah.
It kind of came up last minute, so.
Yeah.
And we've only got 2 picks to spare. We're already burning one when I'm gone.
So, yeah. Oh well, he's just going to have to watch the archives.
Yeah.
Which are currently down because the site's down.
Yeah.
Not my fault this time. I can say that. Usually it's my fault why the site's screwed up. This time it's not.
So I guess the thoughts going into Dragon Knight. And I'll have something to say about the rider that's getting appeared and how he's treated in the original.
I liked it when we first went through it, so I kind of hope that will keep going.
Yeah. But yeah, from what I'm reading, we're getting Incisor this week, which was Kamen Rider Scizor in Japan. I'm not kidding.
Huh.
And he was only in about, as far as I know, 2 episodes. Because he was dead and gone by the 2nd episode. So, I'm guessing from like a quick read through the episode descriptions, I'm like, he's going to be dead and gone by the end of these 2 episodes as well. Welp. Good to see they treat him just as well as they do in Japan. Trying to think of any other thoughts for Dragon Knight. Honestly, hope it's good. It was fine when we watched it before, and so hopefully it keeps up that quality.
Usually when they can start out good, that's a good sign for it, so I'm kind of hoping.
Yeah.
Although I've seen some that have started out decent, and then they get so far in, and it's just like, why?
Yeah. Although the show I've been watching recently because I don't know why. I think I'm just not really interested in Hibiki right now. Because I'm like, I don't want to watch this go downhill quick. So I'm getting those feelings. I've been watching Madasenki Ryukendo, which is a not mainstream toku series that's connected to Capcom.
Hmm.
And it's been good so far. I mean, it doesn't help that in episode 3 they're literally making fun of their own show. 3 episodes in, they're already making fun of themselves. And I'm 10 episodes in, and I've been enjoying it. Actually, I think I might be in more than that. Let me check. I've been doing like I do for... Yep, 10 episodes in. I've been doing what I do for the shows we watch and just dropping everything I watch into a completed folder. Just in case I want to keep it.
So are you going to keep Kabuto?
No. That thing's already deleted. That thing has been long since deleted.
I had to say it.
And Decade's going to be right behind him once we're done. Because I'm not keeping Decade on my hard drive. No.
Yeah, you've had to watch it, what? This makes the second run through now?
Second complete run through, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's bad is I've already decided to do something extra, and I went and watched All Riders versus Die Shocker. Completely.
Oh, dear Lord.
Because it doesn't help that my sleep schedule's fucked. Where I'm completely inverse from normal people.
Maybe that's your problem. You were saying about you didn't want to keep watching because you were afraid it was going to go downhill quick. Maybe that's your problem. We're watching Decade and you're just thinking, oh, God.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't help that the same person's writing them both. Because at this point, Inoue's writing Hibiki. And I'll give them credit. They did a good job on the movie, but oh dear God. Just at this point in the series, I'm like, oh, please don't make this worse. Please don't make this worse. And I know some things that are going to come that I'm going to be like, no. Like the little shit knocker they've shoved into this show for God knows what reason. I know what he is at the end of the show, and I'm like, ugh, I don't want to see this. Because he does not need to be in the show at all. He really doesn't.
That bad?
Oh, God. He is so forcibly shoved into this show, it's ridiculous. So forcefully.
One of those characters that no matter how much they kick them out of the show, they still force their way right back in.
Yes! There's even a scene in an early episode in the second half where the cast literally shoo him out of the restaurant that they're all based in so they can discuss business. They're like, no, shoot, out, out, out. You are not a part of this cast, damn it. Get out. We have important plot stuff to discuss. You are not in this. And he's just completely unlikable. Completely. And what makes it even worse is that it's the same actor for Xeranos and Den-O. And I like Xeranos and Den-O. Anyway, you ready to watch episode 3? So I can stop talking about the troubles of Hibiki.
If my stupid web client would pay attention to what it's supposed to be doing, yes. Let's do it.
Okay.
I finally got the stupid thing to minimize.
All right. Looking at episode 3 of Kamen Rider Dragon Knight. Um, links will be somewhere at some point.
Yeah, hopefully whenever the site gets back up, I'll have them there.
But until then, you listen to us
Yeah.
doing this in 3, 2, 1, go. I don't think this has anything to do with the show. Yes.
Because that's how they roll.
Yep. It works. You don't want to talk to you. I love how his dad was so ambiguous. It's like, how the fuck do you know all this? And there would be in Scizor, or Scizor. Why don't you just say shut up and die? You obviously want to do that too. No.
Not exactly.
And Knight's gonna come in and save him. I think I'm gonna stick with the Japanese names, just to keep from confusing myself.
Probably the easier way.
Yeah. Since also calling him DK for short would be really weird for me.
Good point.
Not. You summoned the bell already. Hop in on the fight. You know you want to.
Yeah, but he's got to wait until he gets his ass kicked first, and then he can hop in.
Yeah. Mm, what, your claw? Eh, kid didn't do too bad. At least he's alive. I'm just gonna go away now. Um, people who did lemonade stands? Besides, I wouldn't exactly call this easy money. I do like how they show off the rest of the riders without really giving any context to them.
Yeah.
It's like all these guys are gonna come eventually.
Is it bad that the video for the intro of this one is actually better than the music to a point?
Probably. I never really cared for the music in the show, or at least for intro.
I bet that's the guy that said it was easy money.
Probably. Oh, you're not helping. Awkward commercial cut later. Yeah, sounds like it. That is a creepy ass mascot.
So they toss those things around like money now.
Pretty much. Sets, you really don't do this. I'll just tear your heart out. I mean, I am a monster and all.
Yeah.
Another awkward commercial cut later. Okay, does the CW4Kids logo ever go away?
I don't think so.
At least we know it's the as originally broadcasted.
Yeah.
Yes. Do we really need a montage of him practicing?
No, not really. We did not need that waste of a minute.
Yeah. Are you gonna practice transformed, or are you just gonna stare off into the skyline? Just gonna scare off in the skyline. Okay.
Okay. So that was a complete waste.
Yep. Why would you think that? And also, who the hell would be Junior Tom Cruise? And they look blurry as fuck.
Yeah.
Dear God, I remember that type of laptop.
Mhm.
That looked like an old Dell. I think I had one of those at one point. Yeah, it's an old Dell. That's exactly, almost the exact same model I had. Jesus, this show's making me feel old now. Aw, why you gotta be such a downer? Um, um, why did the two of you think this is a date when you could probably hear their conversation? Why would you?
What?
Moving on.
Anyway.
Why would? Why am I not gonna like that girl by the end of the show? You know, Kit, you probably should have told him your name.
Yeah, that kind of was a dumb move.
Yeah. You know, he's not dumb enough to walk into a trap. Or
Yes, he
he
is.
is. I was about to say the deck. I'm breaking out the crab hammer once again. He must have really great hearing. Thanks for telling Kit your plan. Why don't you just tell him who you're working for now?
Yep, that's all he lacks.
Yeah.
Classic bad guy right there.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if some of this is original footage or not. Because I think that fight, that scene right there was.
He just don't care where he transforms.
No. Well, he's wearing a helmet, so nobody's gonna know who he is. Unless they get the license plate off the bike.
Yeah.
I will say this, that bike looks far better than the ride shooter. You know, the one with the canopy opening up?
Yeah.
I don't know when Dragon Knight gets his bike. Or Ryuki gets
It's
his bike, because I know they both get their personal bikes that aren't the ride shooters. I don't think he wants to answer any of your questions anymore. At least not unless you ask. Or don't ask. You're the one who picked the fight to begin with.
yeah.
Sure, creepy guy. A little bit. And now for that one card he used in the Decade episode. No, he's not.
Oh, he's using his vents.
Yes. Plus, you're the one who's keeping in the middle of all of them. I wouldn't really call that a sword. More like a lancement.
Yeah.
Looks like it.
Boom.
But I learned nothing except how to get my ass handed to me. Well, that's Chris wrote for episode 3. How are your thoughts so far?
Yeah, I'm with you. I can see a few characters that it's going to just be like, why?
And I'm not gonna lie, it's at this point, really, in Ryuki, where I'm going, okay, I know this thing's got 13 riders in it. Are they just gonna are we just gonna have those be like the monsters of the week? Because I'm just thinking, it's like, this guy's gonna job out. And he did! And I thought that was gonna happen to Zolda or Torque, as he is in this show. But that ended up happening, so I'm like, eh.
Huh.
Yeah, I swear it was like, oh, this rider's gonna get knocked out, this rider's gonna get knocked out, and this rider's gonna get knocked out before we actually hit someone who's, important. And I'll also say, compared to Dragon Knight in terms of villains, or compared to Reiki in terms of villains, this villain's a lot better because he's actually a villain and not ooga booga booga booga.
Yeah, you got a point there.
I'm sorry, but the main villain of Ryuki, whatever it was, he was ooga booga 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 from what I was watching. Fight the writers, ooga booga 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 booga. Just no. This guy actually is like, oh, it's like, your father kicked you out. Gonna be flipping burgers. Pretty much disowned you. How'd you like to make $1 million? Take this debt, go rip some fuckers apart. $1 million a piece. And actually threatening and manipulative. And I like it.
It's what a villain should be.
Yes. Ready to start in episode 4 then?
Yep.
Alright, looking at episode 4 in 3, 2, 1, go!
Hey, Dragon Knight is not owned by him.
Yep. And last time on the episode we just watched, Okay, I'm trying to figure out if it's the video itself or if it's the episode.
I think it's the video itself.
Because that just seems weird. Because I'm
I
seeing like the.
think that is YouTube's auto uh focus thing. I really do.
Because I'm seeing the 4Kids logo move, which makes me think it's not the episode.
Yeah, I don't think it's the episode.
Oh, this is gonna get weird.
Oh yeah. Oh dear God. Yeah, YouTube's got this thing where it can auto adjust the movement, and apparently this is what happens when you don't pay attention to that and someone else finds the video.
Yeah. Okay, this is seriously just getting weird.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, stop it. This is like shaky cam at this point. Except it's not.
Oh dear Lord.
As we saw this before, and it's not shaky cam. And in a real fight, you ended up dead.
I'd still gonna do it.
Yeah, I was about to say it's not anymore. It's like, oh no, it's just a still shot. That's why I wasn't doing it anymore.
I was thinking, well, maybe it was just meant to do that, and then no, no.
Did you get that pun?
Hey, I think I found another person, but it's on Dailymotion.
Let's stick to YouTube then.
Yeah, I just realized it was on Dailymotion. We've had issues at Dailymotion.
Yeah. I think he also explained right there that no, I don't think he did that yet. And these two are getting along far more than Ryuki and Knight were in the original show. Wow. So I think in the original show, that fight, that little practice session between Dragon Knight and Wing Knight was an actual fight in the original show.
Huh.
I think they pulled the footage there of both of their final forms from the movie. And that shot of Onyx in the background as well from the movie. I didn't see anything for Siren. And they went back to the right shooters. No, more like surprise.
No, it was playing hide and seek. It was just reverse hide and seek.
Yeah. How?
Rider kick.
They get double rattle kick now in this episode.
I just said it because I know when Glock watches this, he's gonna be like,
Yep. Did they just slow down the footage there? Okay. Well, don't scream bloody murder next time.
Seriously.
Well, it's not a library. Explain. Well, she went and got coffee anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, it could be worse.
Yeah.
Could be working with a new person. You're the one talking on cell phone, not paying attention. Taxi. Or the bus. Bus works too.
Well, you got the bus or the window world.
Yeah. I mean, come on, you
Duh.
got a free bike with that. Just transform, hop in, use your bike, and go. I wouldn't really call this homework.
Now, wouldn't this be more considered life work, seeing as how his life's on the line here?
Yeah. Or just studying. I mean, all you gotta do is just like, this card does this, this card does this, this card does this, this card does this, and this card does this. You're doing more studying than homework. Now I know how people feel when they complain about shaky cam.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Wow, he really doesn't give a fuck. He literally knows the three of them are there, and he's just like, "Yep, just gonna transform, hop in the mirror." Actually, it's more blue. Um, the story. Okay, you're talking about professionability when you're interviewing a guy talking about spider webs pulling him into a mirror and being saved by Batman. You're the one complaining about professionality.
Yeah.
If he was, he would have called the New York Times, not you. Yes. I'm doing my best Terminator impression. Leave me alone.
Yeah, don't touch him.
Yeah. Again, he's doing his best Terminator impression.
I'd venture to say that's what they told him to be like. Is just be like the Terminator and just use that as his role model.
Yeah. He's here. Looking. Oh, and also he's here looking around. Like you.
I just like the look. I mean, it was like seriously. Yeah.
I mean, how many guys in pink shirts would be walking around this place looking for something? Pinky. Yeah. And why the hell do you have your collar popped like that? Seriously? That just looks dumb. That'll probably be the first and last time we see him transform.
Not trying to insinuate he's fixing to get his ass handed to him, are you?
Well, unfortunately, the preview showed the same clip he gets killed in Ryuki, so you need to pay attention. And weirdly enough, they kept the same name for that, even though that still doesn't make any sense. Like nasty vent, really? You can do like noise vent, screech vent, echo vent. something that makes more sense, Vint?
Yeah, I mean everything else kind of fits. That one, yeah. I still agree with you. That should be Lance Vent, not
Yeah.
Sword Vent.
Yeah, he's already got a sword. Although you gotta feel bad for Ryuki. His little thing he puts his cards in is not a weapon at all. Yet these two, theirs is a weapon. $1,000,000 isn't really that much.
Big explosion.
Yep. That's not what happened in Ryuki, though, although that would probably be a little too violent for the show.
Yeah, did he still want to do it?
Worst last words ever.
Yep. Yeah, I think now he just woke up and realized.
Yeah. Up. Yoink. It's our way to write off characters without killing them. Think of dying. Except they're still alive. We could at least hear his inner thoughts.
That would make this moment a little more interesting.
Yep.
Unless the silence is his thoughts.
Yeah. He's just like, hmm, 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 hmm,
Hmm.
hmm. Yep, time to take this seriously. Or walk away from it completely. Okay.
Yeah. One problem with that, he can't walk away from it.
Nope.
Otherwise, there wouldn't be a show.
Yeah. Plus, they kind of know he's already got the deck, so you're not walking away from this easily. Hey, someone got smart and started to use their powers to actually get around places. And that would be Torque. I only know this because it's in the intro. Yeah, those bikes look.
Those bikes look better.
Yeah. I mean, granted, Dragonite and Wayne Knight get better bikes than the right shooter when they get their final form because their contact monsters turn into bikes because.
That's how it works.
Yep.
You
Like the best explanation I get is like, that's just how it works. But still, just for
like the way that by this point, after us doing Kabuto and Decade, I'm willing to let that be an explanation.
Yeah. Well, at this point, it's just like, that's just how things work. It's like, when it comes to Riders, there's just certain things that just happen. You just accept it. It's like with with Super Sentai, when they're morphing and doing the roll call, you
Yeah.
just accept that that is happening. You don't question whether the villains are going to charge after them or not. You don't question if this is happening in real time or not. It's just a thing that happens. Go with it. Don't worry
Yeah.
about logic there. Because that is just the trope of the show. As all the kids love to say these days. So, what are your thoughts on Ryuki after 4 episodes?
You mean Dragonite?
Yes.
Because trust me, I'm even though it's adaptation, I'm sure that there's two completely different views on that show.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but again, 4 episodes in, it's like this whole Ventera thing and the decks being stolen and whatnot. Yeah, that has nothing to do with Ryuki, and that's the basic premise of Dragonite. So, but I don't mind comparing certain aspects, like the villains.
I I kind of like it. That would be one of those that if I could find someone that didn't have shaky cam, I would probably keep going.
They didn't have shaking cam mode activated.
Oh dear God, I know what that was because I've had some of the videos I've tried to put on YouTube do that. I
Oh.
tried that process once, literally once, and then it was like, screw it, I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, don't worry about autofocus at all for anything. Because I know of reviewers who do toy reviews who do autofocus on cameras. Don't bother with it because that thing will defocus eventually. Because
Well, and what happens with YouTube anyhow, it tries to smart do it, so it'll pick whatever is encompassing the majority of the screen at the time, and that's what it will try to focus on. That's why you could notice there, like that still frame when we both thought it quit doing it.
yeah.
It was because the majority of it was the background, so it was focused on that.
Or if it tries to move like the camera is. Because I noticed it does that a lot. It's like it's moving with the camera.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. Stop it. You're creating shaky cam with that. Oh dear. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could count this in terms of figure arts if I were to watch the whole show and still like it by the end of it. I don't know.
I don't know.
So I'm like, do I count this or do I not in terms of getting figure arts? Because if I do, well, there's 13 riders. Yes, he said 12. No, there's 13. Ignore him. That's a plot. I think that's a plot point later on. Let's find out. It's like, oh, there's actually one more. And I believe that's Odin. Or whoever the hell they call him in the show. So I also don't see him in the intro.
Huh.
Wrath. That's what it is. Wrath. Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it. Enjoyed it far more than Ryuki at this point because Kit's not a fucking idiot, and I want to slap him for it. And Wing Knight's not an asshole.
Well, not a complete one, anyhow.
Yes, at least he's trying to help, but in a more like hard nose. I wouldn't say military, but like just a hard ass kind of way of
Yeah,
helping.
it's more or less he's telling him, you either do it my way or get the out of my way.
It's like you do it my way or you end up dead. It's just a simple fact of it.
And honestly, in Dragon Knight, I could see a close bond between them set up at the end of the series.
Yeah. Which, if you're
even though they kind of don't see eye to eye right now.
Which, if you're watching Ryuki early on, nope. I'm like, no, these two people just don't get along. After a certain, at some points. I just think like after a certain point, Knight is just like, I'm okay with you. It's like I'm just gonna deal with you because I still don't like you, and I still want to kill you.
Kind of one of those. I'm just gonna deal with you because the show's got your name on it.
Yeah. Even though, again, here's my thing with Ryuki. Ryuki has no point in the show. He has no purpose to be there besides to be the main character. Wow. Knight has a backstory. He has a reason to be in this Rider War because there's a Rider War in Ryuki between the 13 riders.
That's why they're all fighting in that.
Yes.
Not just because of various random reasons.
Yes, and whichever one's the last rider standing gets a wish for whatever they want, because that's just how it works, or or that's what they all believe.
Huh.
So yeah, so of course, Knight's gonna be like, I'm gonna deal with him until I have to kill him, because they need to be dead. Oh, and if you're wondering how Scizor went out in Ryuki, his contact monster ate him. No, I'm not kidding.
Huh.
Yeah, when they did the competing final events?
Yeah.
Knight still won. That pretty much just destroyed his deck, and so Scizor lost control of the contact monster, and contact monster went nums. So yeah, probably not the best thing to have in an American Kids show.
Yeah, I could see why they changed it.
Granted, there was nothing graphic about it. It was just kind of like all implied, but yeah.
Yeah, I can see why it got changed, though.
Yeah, and then the crab monster went on a rampage, and I think they took it out like 2 episodes later. Which, they don't really deal with that in the show, that the monsters they fight are the exact same monsters that they're using, essentially.
Huh.
Yeah, the monster, the monster Dragon Knight and Wing Knight are using, they have the same instincts as the monsters they're fighting. They've just been tamed. Or in this case, just controlled, because they still want to eat people, kind of, I'd say.
Probably. They're just not allowed to anymore.
Yeah. So, next week, we pick back up with Decade.
Oh boy.
Yay.
Yeah.
And we start with the DN arc. Which, I'll tell you people, folks, this much up front. DN's going to get more backstory than Decade ever will in this show.
Huh.
Literally, this arc gives more backstory to DN than Tsukasa will ever get in the entire run of the show, plus Movie War 2010. The only time he ever truly gets backstory to him that's worth a damn is All Riders.
Wow.
That is sad, because Decade's the main character.
Yeah.
And even then,
Wow.
we still don't get the one question. We still don't get some questions answered about the end.
Well, I see. That's the thing, though. That's not gonna irritate me, depending on what questions. That is not gonna irritate me because Dean's a secondary writer.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to know everything about the secondary writers.
What if I told you one of the questions that we're not going to get answered from in the entire run of the show is where he got the DN driver from? Or how he knows Tsukasa?
Wow.
Literally, next week's 2 episodes cover DN's original world, no, the world he's from, till he leaves that world. And has nothing to do with him as the end. This is all about, Kaito before he was the end. So if you want an explanation of where the hell the DN driver came from, don't look for it in the show. As it's not there. Oh, and guess what explains it? Oh, and guess what piece of media explains it as well?
What?
All Riders. They shove so much backstory stuff into All Riders, yet they still don't answer the question of who the fuck, damn it, I can't think of his name now. Guy that keeps bugging them for no apparent reason. Narataki.
Yeah.
Yeah, they still don't explain Narataki in there. Although he becomes a good guy in that movie for some odd reason.
The same guy that wants Decade dead?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Even though I'm saying All Riders answers a bunch of questions does not mean it's good. It's still got problems.
Yeah, but I bet overall it kind of redeems the show just a little, don't it?
A little bit. I mean...
A little. I mean, I'm not going to say a lot, but...
I mean, it's got some good stuff to it. Like, the last part of that film where you get the All Riders portion of the title, truly, is where a lot of that redemption comes from. Because then the film starts being entertaining and good. And you've got Double's first cameo, which is really odd to look at if you watch Double. Onodori's not bad in that film. He remembers he's Kuga in the film.
Oh wow, that's surprising.
He just gets brainwashed for half the film.
Okay. Keep in mind who we're talking about.
Onodori?
Yes.
Yeah.
Half of what we've seen this season, he's been brainwashed or something. I mean, my God.
This is a legit brainwash because you remember Ultimate Form from the intro, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Take Ultimate Form, add a whole bunch of yellow spikes and whatnot to it, and then you have Rising Ultimate, and that's what Onodori is from half the film. If you're wondering if that makes sense in Kuga mythos, it doesn't. Because rising powers aren't connected to Ultimate. Ultimate is the combination of all those rising powers to begin with. And then you have Rising Ultimate, and it's like, wait, what? And it doesn't even look that good if you ask me. Because it takes what is cool about Ultimate, just the very simple, sleek look of it that really makes it look menacing, and make it look kind of stupid.
Wow.
But I think we need to end off there.
Yeah.
So that'll do it this week for
Rampant Epsilon.
I'm Pacemaker2448 saying good night, everybody, and we'll see you on the next round of the Game of Saloon Rift Tracks. Peace out.
As always, you can find the Gaming Saloon riff tracks on our site, tgstgsr.dyndns.org. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Our Twitter account is at TGSRiffTracks, and on Facebook, you can find us at facebook.com/TGSRiffTracks. Don't forget we're listed on YouTube. You can find us at youtube.com/user/TGSRiffTracks. Till next time.